Lonzo Ball may be one of the most intriguing free agents this offseason. The former UCLA guard was selected with the number 2 overall pick by the Lakers in 2017 before being traded to the New Orleans Pelicans as a part of a trade that brought back Anthony Davis to the Lakers. This did lead up to an exciting link-up with the number 1 overall pick in Zion, but the Pelicans still had their fair share of struggles. Come this summer, Lonzo is becoming a restricted free agent and is attracting lots of interest from some big-name teams. Reports are coming out that the Pelicans will not match any significant contract offers, and we know Lavar would like Lonzo to leave for a big market city rather than stay in a small one in New Orleans. Keep watching to see what we think will be the best decision for Lonzo this summer. Before we talk about potential teams and suitors for Lonzo, let's talk about what value he can bring to a team and what's his skill set. Lonzo is a great two-way playmaker that can help a lot of different teams seriously contend for a championship. He doesn't have to score a lot to help a team win basketball games. His defending, playmaking, and leadership are all notable qualities for a good young point guard. In an era where scoring is at a crazy high pace and threes are becoming more prevalent, a good defender like Lonzo is something every championship contender needs. One of the most important things to remember is Lonzo's shooting. On his first few seasons, all Lonzo was known for was having a whack jumper and airballing shots. He's developed his jumper year after year to become an above-average shooter. It's crazy how much work he put in, and now it's paying off and he can shoot. I mean, just look at Ben Simmons. He didn't put the work in, and look how down horrendous he is. Alright, well, now that we talked about his skill sets and value for a team, let's talk about the 4 main teams. The 4 main suitors for Lonzo right now is the team that drafted him, the Lakers. Their fierce rival that also plays in the Staples Center, the Clippers. The Mecca of basketball, New York City, and the Knicks. And finally, Michael Jordan's former team, the Bulls. Let's start off with the Bulls. The Bulls have been considered a potential destination for Lonzo for more than a year, with trade rumors circulating before the trade deadline. With the Bulls having a glaring weakness at point guard, and the fact that Kobe White is recovering from off-season surgery that could sideline him into the season, the Bulls have to make a move at the position. White may not be ideally suited to run the point guard anyway because of his inability to facilitate and guard his matchups. And backup point guard Tomas Satoransky is inefficient at scoring the basketball. So something has to change for the Bulls' backcourt. So Lonzo makes a lot of sense to complement Zach LaVine and Nikola Vucevic. Adding a player of Lonzo Ball's caliber to the squad could be a move that helps the Chicago Bulls break their playoff drought. Maybe the Chicago Bulls will finally get the point guard they're in desperate need of in Lonzo Ball. Alright, up next we have the LA Lakers. Obviously, a reunion here makes sense for Lonzo as he would fare better in his second stint in purple and gold. With Dennis Schroeder demanding too much money this offseason and his recent play wasn't good, the Lakers seem interested and can pick up a great defensive playmaker. LA would like to add another playmaker, which then would allow LeBron and AD to man the forward positions. The Lakers won't have the cap space to sign Lonzo outright, but they could work out a sign and trade arrangement with the Pelicans if Lonzo agrees. The big thing here also is Lavar's influence. Some of the LA Laker front office were kind of upset how the first stint of Lonzo and also technically Lavar went in LA, and it seemed like Lavar was kind of imposing them to do too many things, or he seemed like he was in charge or he wanted to make some decisions, and that's obviously it's new ownership in LA, but still some people they're gonna remember. LeBron's gonna remember for sure, and so LeBron's a good guy, but he wants to win, and he doesn't care if he's going to trade you away or not. So the Lakers want to do what's best, and I know the playmaker's good, but they also have to talk about the downsides in which how Lavar can affect their team, and the Lakers have seen it happen once. I'm not saying what Lavar's going to be bad for them, but he'll just bring some extra unneeded attention and publicity. Alright, so the next team we're going to be talking about is the Clippers. They're kind of in a weird spot because Kawhi underwent surgery to repair a partial tear of the ACL in his right knee, and he'll be back in 9 to 12 months, so he might be out for the whole next season, or he might come back at a certain point. But also, Kawhi is a free agent, so we don't know if Kawhi is going to stay with the Clippers or leave, so it's kind of uncertain for the Clippers. Paul George will be back though, but if Kawhi isn't, signing Lonzo might make it hard. It might be hard to, or it might not be the best decision for the Clippers, so it might not make the best sense. With Kawhi and Paul George, Lonzo could be viewed as a piece to maximize their talents, but with Kawhi gone, the Clippers may want to invest in someone with more dynamic scoring ability, because at that point it would just be Paul George. After being drafted by the Lakers out of UCLA, the Clippers may be the preferred destination for Lonzo because of geographic reasons. The Bulls may be the best fit for Lonzo though if the Clippers lose Kawhi if he opts out into free agency. Alright, we got our last team, the New York Knicks. The Knicks have been searching for their franchise point guard for a while, and the mutual interest between Lonzo and the Knicks has been known for months. Lonzo wants to be in a big market, and the Knicks want a starting point guard in line with their young core. While the Knicks have promised rookie Emmanuel Quickley and their exciting new signing Luka Vodoza, Ball could still be at the top of their wish list this offseason. The Knicks are currently projected to have more cap space this offseason than any team in the league, and you could spend it on much worse things than a 23-year-old budding star point guard, even if they have faith in their current players. So the Knicks have a lot of money to spend, and they have to spend it wisely. There have been some rumors about a Colin Sexton trade, but I think Lonzo is better than Colin Sexton for a multitude of reasons. Number one, defense. He can also provide some height to guard some taller players, and then he's a better playmaker. Like Colin Sexton is a scorer, and while that's good, it's easier to score than playmake in today's league. And Colin Sexton had some problems with chemistry in Cleveland, and I don't know if the Knicks are willing to do that compared to Lonzo Ball. And Lonzo has so much higher potential and potentially all-star potential if you take a look at it. So Lonzo is just so much more better than Colin Sexton like that, I think. So I think the Knicks should go for Lonzo rather than Colin Sexton, but an extra guard wouldn't hurt. To pretty much sum everything up, Lonzo is a great two-way playmaker, and he can help your team in a lot of ways instead of just scoring, but he can also score a lot of buckets. He's improved a lot as a shooter ever since he came in the league as a Laker and then eventually got traded to the Pelicans. You probably already knew that, but here's what I want to say. He's going to be really good for whichever of these four, if he stays with the Pelicans, 5 possible teams that he's going to. So I really want to see Lonzo and Zion together, but it just seems like it hasn't worked out. So I wish Lonzo the best of luck wherever he goes next. And my prediction, this is what we've been waiting for. My prediction is Lonzo goes to the Chicago Bulls because Kobe White's injured, because they already have 2 stars. They made a win now type move to get the playoffs last year at the trade deadline, but it just quite didn't work. So I personally think Lonzo's either going to New York or Chicago. I'm leaning towards Chicago, and the main reason is because New York's heavily invested in Colin Sexton, and I don't know if they're gonna run Lonzo and Colin Sexton together because they have a bunch of money. So I don't know if they can get both, but I'm pretty sure if they're gonna trade for Colin Sexton, they also can't get Lonzo, is what I'm thinking, but we never know. But yeah, my prediction is Chicago, Lonzo giving dimes to Vucevic hitting threes, and Zach LaVine dunking. That should be a fun team. They just have a lot of young guys like Patrick Williams. They can put the pieces together. This could be a good team in Chicago that can make the playoffs very, very soon. And yeah, I think Lonzo can be an all-star, so we'll see how his reign in wherever he's going to can be. But that's it for this video, guys. Make sure you guys subscribe and hit that like button. I hope you enjoyed, and if you're new to the channel, go to the comments down below and tell me how you like this video if it's one of your first ones, or talk in the comments, I guess, about anything related to Lonzo or why you want him to go to a certain team, or if you think a different opinion than mine. That's completely okay. We're here to have fun, share our thoughts, and just have a great community. We have started posting more on Instagram, so you can also follow that. Before we were really inactive, but now I have somebody to manage social media, so I don't have to do all of it. So we're going to be very active. I posted a bunch of stuff for the baseball all-star game, and so that was pretty fun. We're going to be very active, at least 1 to 2 posts a day and some stories. So go follow that. sixman.sports, also going to be in the bio. And yeah, thank you guys. Subscribe. It's been 6man Sports. Bye.